Ken here, sub2empire.com. Want to talk a little bit today about the importance of documents in your creative financing deals. Actually, I'm just going to give you 3 quick pro tips. These may seem like common sense or completely obvious, but I assure you they're not, based on the questions that we get all the time and all the different posts we see in our groups and different groups about real estate investing, especially about creative deals and especially about subject to. So although it might seem completely obvious, stay with me. Pro tip number 1, use quality documents as your first and best level of risk mitigation. Okay. You need to make sure that you disclose everything in the transaction, whether you're the buyer or whether you're the seller in a real estate transaction. Make sure you disclose everything in the documents. Make sure you're using the right documents for the right transaction. What do I mean by that? Well, you need different documents if you're doing a straight seller finance deal. You're acquiring a property on a straight seller finance deal. Or maybe you're acquiring it or selling a property on lease options or lease purchase. By the way, those are two different exit strategies or acquisition or exit strategies. So often confused. Is it a subject to deal, right? Which is one of our favorite types of acquisition strategies. Are you doing a joint venture with another investor, right? That has a particular set of paperwork you need to protect yourself. Are you doing some hybrid deal, right? Maybe you're doing a seller finance deal and it's with another investor. So you need the joint venture agreements as well as the seller financing paperwork. All right. So pro tip 1. Pro tip 2, always protect your deal. Always, always, always protect your deal. What do I mean by that? Well, we here at Sub2 Empire recommend that you record an affidavit of agreement or an affidavit memorandum of agreement. Okay. What is that? That is a document that you record on public record saying that you have equitable interest in the property. As soon as you sign a real estate purchase agreement, that contract to purchase that you sign, you have equitable interest in the property. You need to protect yourself. In other words, you don't want the seller or some other wholesaler going behind your back with the seller and pulling the deal out from under you. A way to protect yourself is to record that equitable interest in an affidavit of agreement. All right. Pro tip number 2. And then pro tip number 3, right? Pro tip number 3 here would be make sure that you always have yourself organized and ready to go. What do I mean by that? Are you using checklists? I'm one of those guys that need checklists. I don't want to forget a document. Like I have my folder over here for my sub-2 deals. I have my folder over here for my seller finance deals where I've got my promissory notes and things like that in there, right? I've got my lease option documents. Always have your documents ready to go and know when to use what documents. You know, what is the situation? Do you have them? So by separating those out, having those packets or your checklist ready to go, you can, at a moment's notice, be ready to get that property under contract, right? And then go record that affidavit of agreement. So just some quick pro tips there. Again, I can go on for days about this. I actually do inside of our elite coaching program called the Creative Finance Academy. Inside, we have documents module. We have an actual documents library as well. But my purpose today here is just to give a 3 actually, quick tips to you, and then we will, as a thank you for being part of our community or subscribing to be part of our community, we're going to give you 3 documents, right? 3 tips and 3 documents. So we're going to give you a short form purchase agreement. This does not have all the bells and whistles. It's just kind of a short template to get you started. You always need to make sure that your purchase agreement is tailored to your local area and your state as well, right? There's not one purchase agreement that you can get from anybody that is going to meet the needs of your area and or your particular situation, right? When you're closing a deal. That's what we love about real estate. Every deal is its own situation and has its own unique characteristics, and you need to make sure you tailor that in your documents. Okay, so that's one document agreement. I'm going to go ahead and give you a template for that affidavit of agreement we just mentioned to protect your deal. That'll be in one of the 3 free documents. And since we love Sub 2 acquisition strategy so much, I'm going to give you, I hate to do this, I had to convince Jeff, but we're going to also give you what we call the Sub 2 Essential Documentation Checklist. In other words, for those particular Sub 2 deals, what are those documents in my packet, right? In my packet, what are those documents I keep in my packet? Well, that's all outlined on that checklist for you. We've got those 3 freebies for you just for subscribing. It's our way of saying thank you, Sub 2 Empire community. Just click on the link right there below. You can also go to sub2empire.com and check out everything that we have. If you're particularly interested in the Sub 2 and about using and setting up the documents specifically for Subject 2 deals, we just recently did an entire masterclass about that. We call it the Comprehensive Sub 2 Masterclass. Again, just go to our website. You can check that out. But if you just want the freebies, right? Everyone loves freebies. You just want those free documents, click on the link right here. And we'll see you next time.